Bianca from the Ukrainian Actors and Actresses Fandom. Today we have, an interesting guest in the magic behind Ukrainian actors, because he is not an actor. He has some other duties. So welcome, Anton Skrypets.
Yeah, hello Bianca, hello everyone. So I will give a short introduction about myself.
That would be great.
Yeah, when I started, from what I started, and what I do now. So me personally, I am in a film industry like for more than 10 years, and I started in a very early age. Like from the age of 14, I started writing scripts for TV series, for short films. And because my sister, who is generally speaking, she's a director, and she's the director of Love and Dangerous Speed that was released on Real Short. She's the director of The Woman Starts the War, which also was released on Real Short. And she keeps directing a lot of verticals in AMO Pictures. So she's my older sister. We also have an older brother. And by the way, he played the main role in The Woman Starts the War. So that's our brother, mine and Yeva's. So we like the whole family is from film industry. So that's why I started in a very early age.
So I didn't knew that you are siblings, because they have a different last name.
Yeah, we have a different last name. Yeva and Sergey has one last name, the same last name, and I have a different father. We have the same mom, but a different father. That's the case.
Eva is her name, right? Eva.
It's in Ukrainian, it's Yeva.
Yeva, okay. And Sergey Strelnikov and Yeva Strelnikova.
Well, you did it really great, because lots of people has problems with pronunciation of these surnames.
Those are actually some easier names than others, but I try to learn Ukrainian, but it's so hard for me. I learn it now since 152 days, but don't ask me anything. I have to read it. Now, but both doing a great job, and I really love what they are doing. And unfortunately, your brother don't speak much English, so I would ask him for an interview as well, but there's a problem. I'm looking right now for someone who's helping me out with these interviews, who speak English and Ukrainian, but it's hard to find someone.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we have such a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You said you being a writer. Did you also write one of the novels?
No, I didn't. So coming back to my story, I started writing at the early age. Then at the age of 21, I started directing TV series. I had directed like probably 7 or 8 projects or so. And when the Russian invasion came in 2022, I produced a project, which is a feature film, and AMO Pictures invested in this project. So that's how we met, me and AMO Pictures. And after we released the movie, I started working for AMO Pictures. First, I wrote a couple of stories, then I directed a couple of stories, and these were not verticals. These were like short films. We were trying to create comedies and thrillers at that time for YouTube and Facebook. And then we jumped into vertical business, started creating lots of short dramas, and I became a part of sales and distribution team. So right now, here we go. Right now, I work as a licensing and partnership executive at AMO Pictures, which basically means that I sell and license each item of content we create. So we create a vertical, guys, writers wrote, directors direct, then we get the final product, and I go to the different platforms like Real Short, Good Short, and started negotiating with them.
Okay. Is there, so you always selling only the finished product, or are these apps coming to you, to AMO Picture, and say, hey, we need a vertical? It's have to be this kind of story. Please write something and produce it.
There could be both ways.
Okay.
So as a company, we can produce for the requests of some big platforms like MyDrama, like Drama Box, or we can invest in our own creativity, in our own writers, and invest in our own product.
That sounds good. Because yeah, I love what you doing at AMO Pictures, because those verticals are mostly so unique. You didn't see the storyline somewhere else. I mean, there's just one vertical which have almost exact this same storyline like a Love Too Risky to Resist, but it was produced by another production company. Art Form Production, I guess it's the name, and the movie is called now After All That Hurt. It's
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's almost the same storyline in Love Too Risky to Resist. I say now the actor's name, Bogdan and Lee. They knew each other from way back, because she took care of his granddad, and she's a sex therapist, and now he's playing a 21-year-old, so they get close to each other. And after all that hurt, they had Laurie, and I can't pronounce his name because it's so hard, because it's in Ukrainian. I will show it to you later. He must be very popular.
You can try. You can try. Stanislav.
No, that's easy. Let me get the spelling for you. Just a second.
All right.
Because I guess it's kind of like Georgi or something, but it's totally different. I'm not sure.
Grigory.
So let me take a look. The spelling is hold on, I'm short-sighted. It's H-R-Y, H-O-R-I-Y.
Grigory.
Yeah, Grigory Baklanov.
Grigory Baklanov. Yeah.
How do you
I know that guy.
How do you pronounce the first name?
So it's in Ukrainian, it's Grigory Baklanov.
Okay.
Grigory.
Yeah, I can't roll my R like you guys, so I have problems with that. So that's the same while I learned the word privit. I couldn't pronounce it first because I couldn't roll the R so good. To explain to the others, privit means hello.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. But anyway, and in this storyline, she's a sex therapist as well, and a sex author, and she used to be his teacher. So it's almost the same storyline. And don't get me wrong, they did a great job in this movie. But I know from a lot of fans, they couldn't watch the vertical to the end because they always seen Bogdan Ruban and Lee Berlinska, the original ones. And I think it's actually sad for the actors who are acting in this new version. But please try to stay unique and don't repeat the storylines. That would be awesome. I mean, you have always vampires, mafia bosses, werewolves, and so on, and billionaire CEOs. That's fine, but exact the same storyline, that's difficult. And I'm not sure if you guys sold the kind of storyline to this production as well, or if they just took the story and wrote their own script.
We didn't sell a story to a storyline to anyone.
That's weird. Because that's actually sad, and I mean they did.
Yeah, I would rather say that that's sad. That's not weird, but that's sad.
Yeah, because you have so many creative heads in Ukraine who writing really good storylines, and they brought out two verticals. Both are on MyDrama as well. The second one is Training to Tempt. Broken by Love. Yeah, but the second one is it's really great because it shows the health issues which a man can have, which is not often shown. But anyway, let's get back. Since there are not often credits in verticals, and I mean, AMO Pictures try to do it by now. The only thing what I always recognize is sometimes you're writing the first name, then the last name, and in the next line you write first the last name, then the first name. Me as an assistant who usually worked in assistant jobs, I see something like that immediately and said, give me this paperwork, I'm doing it correctly. But anyway, there are so many.
I will tell the guys about this. This is a very good point, by the way. I will tell the team. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, most of the audience who don't have so much to do with the Ukrainian people, maybe like me, they don't recognize which is the first name, which is the last name, you know? But if you know that, you see it's always a mix-up. But what I wanted to say in those credits, there are some job descriptions. And not just me, there are some fans who maybe want to know that as well. Maybe you can answer me that. We have there, sure, we have the general producer like Anatoly Dudinsky, but we have also an executive producer, a line producer, and a normal producer. What is the difference?
And a normal producer. You said a normal producer, right?
Yeah, the job description is just producer.
Well, I certainly have to check who is the normal producer. I can tell you who are executives and line producer. So the executive producer is the producer who is mostly is not on a stage. I mean, while shooting, they handle like the whole production, and they collaborate with all the other production units and production teams that work in a parallel. They schedule all these production units so that they can work all together in the right way. Right. Yeah, so the line producer is a producer who is on set specifically. So this producer, he works directly with a crew, with a director, with a DOP, with a stuntman, with a makeup team, with everyone who is on set, and he's by himself on set also. So that's the difference between executive and line producer. And I'm not quite sure who is just a producer.
You have to check out the credits which are on Real Short, because sometimes there is just producer and then the name behind that. So I can't tell you right now the names. I don't have them at the moment. But that's what I really wanted to know, because if you've never been in this business, you have problems to take the difference between those job descriptions. I heard that on MyDrama will be soon a section where you show all the verticals you already released, but in Ukrainian. Is that true?
Well, before I give any comments about work of MyDrama, I should say here that me specifically, I don't work with MyDrama. I'm not covering this part, so it's just I don't know lots of details. But as far as I know, that because I opened my drama a couple of times and I see that I can only watch it in Ukrainian because I'm in Ukraine. So yes, it is true.
Oh, okay. Because here, for example, if I'm going on MyDrama, I can only see it in English, but I can, if I'm going on the website, I can choose if I want to have subtitles in which kind of language, but the movies are in English. So my question actually about it is, if they translated it to Ukrainian, are these actors speaking themselves their roles, or are there different people who speak the roles?
That's the question I could not answer you, unfortunately,
Okay,
because
but
it's just
that would be
I don't know.
because this would be interesting, because there are a lot of verticals, and I can tell you later on how many verticals we have on each platform where Ukrainian verticals are, because I have the overview. But that would be interesting because these actors are so busy. They are not just shooting the verticals or mini movies like Dramatize Me Love Busters. They also shooting for Ukrainian TV shows, or for cinema, or they acting in theaters. So I was just wondering how they gonna manage it from the time. Sometimes we are asking us if the day in Ukraine have more than 24 hours, if it's
That's
different to the rest of the world.
that's a like wonderful question, and I really appreciate you asked this way because that's what I was basically what I supposed to answer you. It seems sometimes like yeah, we have more than 24 hours, and after the invasion started, it became like our need. You know, we need to work more because we have no choice. We just have to give the result no matter what. So that's so when you're asking if actors have enough time to like dub their roles or do some stuff in a theater or anywhere else, probably they don't have enough time, but they will find it.
Yeah, no, because you can say it's the magic of Ukrainian actors. So that's why the category on my fandom called the magic behind Ukrainian actors. That's
Yeah,
why
thank
we
you.
have the
Thank
same. um,
Yeah. I'm sure they will appreciate it because they work really hard and we like our actors as all of the crew members and as all of the Ukrainians, but the specific of being an actor is um, it is a quite specific job to be an actor because you have to be a very playful adult which who has to be a kid on a set, and in the same time he has to live his life while he's not
yeah,
on set. It is a very psychologically hard job. And me personally, I believe that sometimes, as a director, as a producer, as anyone on the set, you have to excuse some emotions to the actor or some deeds that they might have done because they were out of their emotions. It's okay. They have the right to it because their
yeah,
profession is completely hard.
yeah. I can understand this, especially if Kiev is under attack again at night, and you all have to flee to shelters. Maybe don't sleep at all at night, or just a few hours, and you still be back on set in the morning in the makeup department, and the show must go on. So I admit it must be very, very hard. And I always say, as far as I learned now, Ukrainians are the strongest and bravest people.
Thank you for this. And Bianca, I'm gonna since you gave this example about going to the shelter, I want to tell you like a short story so you could imagine a little bit more context of what's going on
Yeah.
here. So here is an example. So my brother, as I mentioned, he's an actor, and he played one of the main roles in our feature film, which is action movie, which is going to be released next year. It's about war with a lot of shootings, with a lot of explosions. Like that's the things that my brother really liked to take part in. I mean, in terms of creation a movie. So one time, the scheduling was very tough at that project, and he had like 6 days in a row without any rest. And so he comes back at home, and at night there is an air raid alarm and lots of drones flying around. So he and his wife and their son, little boy who is 6 years old, they come in to the shelter, but my brother is coming back to the apartment because he cannot sleep in a shelter. It's hard to sleep in a shelter, but he wants to sleep because next shooting day will be hard, and he has to be prepared. So he's going up to his apartment. Drones are flying around, and you cannot just do anything with it. You take a decision that, okay, I'm not paying attention to this. I'm just gonna go sleep, and you sleep while they are flying around. And the next day, you wake up at 6 a.m. and go and have your shooting day. So that how it looks creating films and like living life in Ukraine. And we got used to it. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
Unfortunately, you got used to it. It's a sad thing to get used to something like that.
Mm,
Yeah, but
mhm.
I know, for example, Max Katchenko is not going to shelters too. He always stays in his apartment.
Now, frankly speaking, lots of people not going to shelters because they got used to all this adrenaline situation, and they choose to sleep either to go to the shelter. It sounds ridiculously
Yeah.
weird to the people who are not in the Ukraine, but at the end of the day, you have no choice. We cannot see the end of this war, because of
Yeah.
the absence of the unity of the world, of all the countries. Most of the countries just talk, lots of talking,
Yeah.
and we see that it's not gonna end in the nearest time. So you gotta be prepared. And the specific of human is that the human is very adaptive.
Yeah. I can't imagine that. But I must admit, even if there's a war, since I lost in 1 year my dad and my mom, I mean, I have still a big family, but I don't have any contact. I'm really thinking about if I would have the money and I would get a job, I would come to Kiev and would work there. Because for real, even if there's a war, and some people would say you are crazy. I mean, it's not gonna happen because I can't afford it. But you people are so nice and kind, and what you are going through and what you are still able to do. And I see in so many stories, you guys live your life. And it's so amazing to see. And that's actually what I thinking, hey, that must be so great over there. But
Mhm.
yeah, maybe one day.
Well, I hope so, because that would be great. We do have a bunch of wonderful people here, and the people who
Yeah,
just live their life, as you said, because we have no choice. We just have to live this day and don't think
yeah,
about the 2 days after, just this day.
yeah, yeah. And I talked to some actors from abroad who been in Kiev to shoot with you guys. and they all love it there. And I also know, or I don't know if he did it for real, but Robert Scott Holmes, he acted over there, and he just came back after his shooting, and then he had vacation. Where did he go?
Hmm.
To Ukraine.
Nice, nice.
So
I
that
like that.
shows you, yeah, that shows you how great you people are. But my next
Thank you.
question,
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah.
you're welcome. And we talked about that there's another production company, but as far as I know, most of Ukrainian verticals are produced by AMO Pictures, right?
Yeah, I can say that all of the Ukrainian verticals were produced by AMO Pictures, except of couples.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe if you find out which one are not made by AMO Pictures, so I can update my my database, that would be
uh-huh.
cool. But as far as I know, AMO Pictures have their hands almost in everything. But it's great.
Right.
Um, so yeah, how do you feel about the fact that that directors or yeah, producers, script writers, actors from worldwide talk about Ukrainian verticals like they are at the moment the best which you can see? How do you feel about if you hear something like that? Because like I mentioned before, most stories are unique, and how you do the lighting and the locations and so on. How do you feel about that?
That is not the beer, by the way. That's just a kombucha.
Cheers.
Thank
Even
you.
if it would be a beer, you deserve it.
Of course, it's always a pleasure to hear that kind of a compliment, and it always gives a very warm feelings about it. But at the same time, as I mentioned before, I've been doing more than 10 years in this in film industry in Ukraine, and it is not it is not surprising for me that we can give this kind of equality. The only thing is that before the verticals, before even the Lovebuster, we were creating a high quality product inside our country. And again, that's not like a good stuff, but that's a fact. We were producing a lot for Russia, and they
Mhm.
knew that we produce with a high quality and a little bit low resources, so that we have
Yeah,
lots of requests from Russia. And then Russia left, thanks God, and we don't work in any kind of cooperation with Russia, of
yeah,
course, not each company in Ukraine. So we started looking for new markets, and I'm really, I'm feeling very enthusiastic about people from abroad, production companies, streaming platforms. They see the level of quality that we can achieve, that we can give to them. Because just think about it. We do it. We give a cinematic level of quality with a vertical serious budget. What could we do with a big budget here in Ukraine? I think that would be like blockbusters that you cannot even imagine. And I believe that is what we have to think about. And
yeah,
that is what we are trying to explain to all of the people that we work with, that think about what we can give you more. Think
yeah.
about what level of quality we can create.
Yeah, and in this case, I would recommend you again, go to my YouTube channel. Everyone else, you will see the link in the description of this YouTube video, and take a look at the interview with John Henry Richardson. He is an actor, and he is an acting teacher as well, on the New York Film Academy. Do you call it this way? Oh God! But you can ask, for example, Sergei Denger. He is an student of him. And John was talking before the war started to the finance department of your president, and they wanted to create in Ukraine a film school, an acting film school. They wanted to build a film studio and a film festival, because he said you can go to many acting classes, but it's not about filmmaking. So they wanted to do it in Ukraine, and his flight was booked, his hotel was booked, and then the war started, so they had to cancel everything. But it don't mean that it's maybe happening one day. So this would be so
it
great.
will happen for sure. It will happen for sure. I have no doubts. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, and this would be so important for the Ukrainian film industry, but also for the European film industry. So you guys doing something very good, and yeah, I hope that will happen. And like I said, Sergey is a student of him.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me this. Yeah.
If you sell a vertical, actually I asked you that already. Do the apps approach you with an order, or do you inquire to serial apps at once? So the first platform who said yes, we want this, they get it, or how does it work?
Well, it depends from case to case, honestly,
Yeah.
because as a studio, we are trying like not to produce like 10 titles and just give it as a pack to someone who wanna buy it. We are trying to understand who's gonna be the best choice for this drama and who's gonna be the best choice for that drama, because these two dramas, they are different. They have different audiences. They have different preferences, as we believe they do. So that's, first of all, when the drama is finished, we are trying to we are deciding who's going to be the client for this drama, and then if we know that the next drama for this client is coming, then we will wait and sell and offer two dramas for the specific client. But if we see that, okay, we have one drama for this client, and but we don't have like couple of coming to this client also, then I'm going with one drama to the client and saying that, hey, we're having one this drama for you. What do you think? And usually we show like the dramas to the one client, not sending to everyone, because we wanna like keep the exclusivity. It really matters. And if the client says that, okay, that's very interesting, then we are negotiating terms and jump into a deal. But if the platform says that not this time, that's not our choice, then we go to the next one.
Okay, so you don't reach out to a few of them at once and say, okay, the first one who said yes, get it. So you do it step by step. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we decided to do it step by step because it seems like it gives more importance to the product.
Yeah, that's true. And if you sell a vertical to the app, do you know? Oh, that's a word which I have problems to pronounce. No. How do you say it? Let me try to read it. Negotiate. Negotiate. Oh,
Negotiate. Negotiate,
Sometimes
right.
there are words where I get a knot in my tongue. So, do you negotiate, for example, a fixed price from begin? And if the show becomes very popular and many people watching it, and the app is making a lot of money with it, do you get something from this as well, or you only get the money which you got on the beginning for selling it? So you get something from
Yeah,
the profit.
yeah, I completely got your question, but I would only say here, I will not tell some secrets, because some stuff should leave as a secret. But I can assure you that we are getting the best terms for our company, because our IP. It is our IP, and it has to work for our company and not only for others. That's our mentality.
Yeah, that's fine. It was it was worth a try to get more input.
Yeah, sure, sure. Nice try.
um, but another question: what was the strangest or most unexpected reaction to you received from a potential buyer when you pitched a vertical?
Oh, probably. I gotta think about it to remember something really interesting, but probably. But what came to my head is not a very interesting story, but it was interesting for me. So it was about money. So we showed our vertical, and we got an offer with a price that was like that was not even close to the prices that we are selling our product for.
Yeah,
Because again, that is about a level of understanding of the client, which product he's watching right now.
yeah,
Because you can negotiate about like uh, different prices, but if you offer something that is far much lower from the product, then it is, you understand that, okay, seems like we won't find a way here.
yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's weird if people think they can get it cheap, the most cheapest price. Um, But for example, Casey Esser, he is an American actor and producer. And while he had his producing debut, he
Mhm.
made the first American vertical, which was ordered by MyDrama. So on
Mhm.
MyDrama, the vertical Love in the Shadows, that's from Casey. And Casey is yeah, the king of verticals, or he the Brad Pitt of verticals, because he is you can see him in between 40 and 50 verticals already in a lead
Mhm.
role. And he just produced no, let's say it this way: he just made a vertical where he acted in, where he been an author in it. He produced it, and I'm not sure if he even directed a little bit, but it's his baby. So he
Mhm.
shots the vertical without having a buyer yet, but he
Mhm.
had a budget of $100,000 and sold it for 1 million.
That's a very good result.
And he's very smart what he's
Not
doing.
not the best, still not the best, but it's
Yeah,
very good.
yeah, especially if you start doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
for sure,
mean,
for sure.
but that okay. Now I got something, but we won't talk about it. Um, um, how important are global cultural differences when selling a vertical? Does the series that airs in the US also air in Asia, for example, or do you adapt your pitch regionally?
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the beginning. Could you please repeat it?
How important are global cultural differences when selling a vertical?
Mhm. Mhm. Uh, well, I would say that nowadays the market is trying to be very American. And if we're
Mhm.
talking about any of big players, they're trying to westernize their stories.
Yeah,
So even if it's a script written by Chinese, let's say, they trying to direct it and they want it to be looked like it's American. So when you pitch a project, it's gotta be American. And you shouldn't think about if you go to the company which is led by Chinese people, you shouldn't think about, okay, I gotta make it Chinese
yeah.
because they wanted to make to be in America. That's how the things look nowadays. But it's pretty logical because US is the main market, so everyone is trying to compete for US audience.
Yeah, so more the Western style than the Asian style. Yeah. And
Right, right.
you see the finished product last. Does the distance make you more objective, or do you sometimes wish you been involved earlier?
No, never, never. I wouldn't wish to be involved earlier because it really, the distance really makes me more objective. And it is a very important when you are talking about selling this product to someone because
Yeah.
I've been on many stages. I mean, through my career, and sometimes in some projects, in most of my projects, I was from the very beginning to the very end.
Yeah.
And when you're making, let's say, a feature from the very beginning, and when I'm saying the very beginning, I mean from that moment when you created the idea in your head, standing on the balcony smoking the cigarette, and to that stage when you're sitting in a seat in a cinema and there are people around and they're watching that.
Yeah.
So when you are sitting in a seat on that stage, it is really hard to analyze everything that is happening, to analyze whether what people like, how it influence on them. So it's you mostly feel it in a very intuitional way, you know, like with no logic, and mostly you are very subjective. I'm not sure that being subjective is a problem in general, because if we're talking about art, then you have to be subjective
Yeah.
because it is an art. But if you're talking about creating something for the audience, not giving the audience a part of you,
Hmm.
but thinking about, okay, so what are the audience's needs? I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it to you. So if you choose this way, then you'd better keep the distance because it will definitely help you.
Yeah, that sounds interesting because I think it's very important for the platforms, but also for the production companies to listening sometimes to the audience, what they want to see, what they don't want to see, because there are so many subjects which the community worldwide don't want to see no more in verticals, like the violence, especially against females, almost always the bullying and the slap marathons. I mean, thanks God, Ukrainian verticals don't have that as much, or the slapping marathons, you don't have it at all. But there are some things which the production companies maybe should listening to make the perfect verticals for the audience and what kind of genre the audience want to see, you know. That's maybe
Uh-huh.
a thing what production companies and platforms should more listening to.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you completely.
Do you remember a moment when you immediately knew this show will sell everywhere?
Well, I should be very honest here, and I should say that for now, the biggest our hit from mm, from the dramas that we created by our own, I mean,
Yeah.
it is Love at Dangerous Speed,
Yeah.
and I assume that it's already reached 100 million views. I checked it like a couple of days ago, and we saw 98 millions. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, that's what I saw the last two, but let me check.
yeah, please. And so to be completely honest, when we started creating our own shows, we couldn't be 100% sure whether it will work or not because you how much?
You are almost by 100 million. You are by 99.5.
Ah, so
Almost.
but
So
by the
people, go
time
watch Love at Dangerous Speeds on Real Short. So we want to get the 100 million.
but I'm pretty sure by the time this interview will be released, they will be having 100.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And I see it on my TikTok, for example, if I post something about Nazar Graba, who played Marcus in this movie, everyone is saying, "Hey, Marcus, how are you doing?" And I say, I'm not sure if they didn't recognize that he's playing a role, you know. But yeah, this movie was very popular, and I hope, I don't know, because they don't show it on there. Oh my God, my husband is a call boy. I hope
Right.
it's have a lot of views, because this vertical is right now my absolutely favorite one, because it's an absolutely feel-good vertical. This movie have a length of 1.5 hours, and after 25 minutes, my cheeks were hurting because I was laughing so hard. And the chemistry between Pierre Langer and Tetiana Malkova and the whole cast been amazing. So we need more of verticals like that, because life is hard enough. And if you just watch it and you have to laugh, sorry for my language, laugh your ass off, because of the facial expressions and what they are saying and what they are doing. It was amazing. And I'm not the only one who's saying that.
Well, thank you for these compliments. I will send them to the creators team. I will definitely say them. They will be blessed to hear these words.
Yeah, it was amazing. And I really, I guess it's not happening often that I laugh so much in a vertical. And I
Uh-huh.
talk to many people, like fans, but also creatives like actors, directors, and so on, via DM. And I ask them, hey, in what kind of genre you want to play, or what kind of genre you want to see more. And many say we want to see comedy
Uh-huh.
and or action, but comedy is really what the people would love to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The world is hard. The world is hard today, so that's why they need comedy. I believe.
Yeah, and I mean, um, thanks God I don't have a war here, but we are close enough to Ukraine. But we all have to struggle with something. Everyone have some kind of problems. Even if you just go to work and it was a shitty day, you come home and you just want to come down, watch this vertical because it's amazing. It's really a feel good
Thank you.
vertical. It's really good.
Thank you. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Bianca.
From your perspective, which genre is most sellable right now, and which one is still waiting for its breakthrough?
Oh, that's a very hard question because so speaking about genres that are popular today, I would say that the most popular genres are still the same. So it's CEO, vampires, it's millionaires, and you know all of these
Werewolves,
genres.
mafia boss.
Yeah, right. And it doesn't seem that they stopped working. And it doesn't seem that they will stop working in the nearest time. But talking about genres which might work, we do believe that probably thrillers might work because thriller give enough level of suspense, enough level of mystery that makes you buy the next episode. But there is another side of this question. Okay, so I think that probably the audience which already has the application, it doesn't matter whether it's real short, MyDrama, good short, any kind of application, this audience is ready to watch thrillers, comedies, or even any other kind of stories. But right now, big players and any players on the market, by players, I mean platforms, they are trying to reach new audiences because the market is very new, it's very fresh. And talking about Ukraine, like 95% don't know anything about verticals. Talking about US, as we know, like maybe 20% of people know what is verticals, but it is still 20%. So my point is, big players, when they try to reach to new audience, they use well-known genres which they are sure they will work. They know that CEOs, vampires, werewolves, they work. So they use these genres, just different plots, different actors, or sometimes same plots but different actors. But they know that it works, so they use these kind of genres, and they are not very open to try new genres. Not all of them, definitely not all of them. And we know that because we are trying to find the one who are ready to experiment and to try new genres. But most of them use the very same stories.
Yeah, I can tell you, for example, I talked, like I said, to Sergey Denger in an interview, and he said, for example, why aren't there verticals where the couple is in the middle age? Not the era middle age, I mean really in their 40s, 50s or something, because even in this age, they still can fall in love. And why should always be the lead couple always end of their 20s, beginning of their 30s? They can do it a little bit older, because not everyone, sure, those actresses and actors are handsome and beautiful and it's good to look at, but not everyone likes, for example, if they fantasize, oh, I would like to be a part in this vertical or in the story. They don't like, for example, their partner as much younger than these actors are. You know what I mean? So maybe even on MyDrama, they have a lot of pilot projects, and I can tell you, most of us people in the audience, we don't like them at all, because you bring out a very great new storyline. You are getting into it, and then it's end with a cliffhanger. And then you don't know if it's if they show the full vertical or not. So that's why I always say, if there's a and I don't understand the concept that they show 7 to 12 episodes of the new storyline, then they blend in a picture like what happened 5 years ago or 1 year later, and then they show a totally different vertical, which we already know because it's got released weeks before. which has nothing in common with the other storyline. The only thing they have in common is maybe that the actor from this story is acting in this story too. But just leave the rest away. You don't need another vertical, because people buying subscriptions or coins because they think, oh, there's a great new storyline. I want to see all 60 episodes. Then they spend a lot of money, and then they only see a new storyline of maybe 12 episodes, and the rest they already seen. So just leave the rest away. Just show I can understand that pilot projects are important to see how the audience like this. And I can tell you, for example, Alpha accidentally got me pregnant with Tatiana Vitalenko, Max Kachenko, and Natalia Moroz. I can tell you, everyone asking me, when do we see the rest? Because it was so well done. Even the effects, like it's a werewolf themed vertical, where you can see the maid bond and stuff like that. It was a very, very great, or it is a very great storyline, and we can't wait to see the full vertical. So, like I said, I can understand that there are pilot projects, but then please leave the rest away, because that's unnecessary, and if you do something like that, be faster to bring the whole show. I mean, I tell all my followers, if you see this and I introduce the new vertical or the new pilot project to the audience by posting a reel who's acting in there, I always tell them, if you want to see more about this vertical, send MyDrama a DM on Instagram. And if you annoy them, you want to see more, just let them know, give them the feedback. And if as more people connecting to MyDrama and tell them, hey, this is a great story, we want to see more, then they maybe think easier about it to shoot the full vertical. Because I know from some actors that they really only shot the pilot project, not the full vertical. On the other hand, sometimes they already shoot the full vertical, but show only the pilot.
Well, I completely agree with you in terms of giving a feedback, because since we are talking about a business which a very relevant to the audience's reactions, then the audience has to react. The audience has to leave its feedback, give its comments, and that way, never mind whether it's MyDrama or any other player, they will hear, they will read, and they will at least think about, should we give more stories like this, or should we ignore it?
Yeah.
But I'm agree with you that you gotta give your feedback, definitely.
To give feedback, it's not just to send, for example, drama shorts in DM. Should we give you from AMO Pictures feedback as well? And if yes, if AMO Picture itself wants some feedback as well, where can the fans contact you? By email, by Instagram, DM, or how they can get in touch with AMO Pictures?
Let me ask it. Let me discuss it with my team, and I will write you, and you will write it under your post or under your video, where you can leave the feedback for our stories, because that's a good question. Thank you for asking this. We would definitely appreciate any kind of feedback, because look, that's how we work. We call it data. Because we a serious businessmen, and we call it data. So we are collecting. Our goal is to collect as much data as we can. Basically, what I mean is, the more feedback we have, the better stories we could create next time. So we will definitely be
Yeah.
very open to getting this feedback.
Just a recommendation, if you take a look where you want to get the feedback, don't make it too complicated, because many people, I guess, they wouldn't send the feedback, for example, if there is an email address where they have to send it. They want it easy, have it easy, like on the social media. And if there is a special account where only on this one, the whole feedback will get into it. Or even the AMO Picture account, or whatever. It's the decision of AMO Pictures. But that would be cool to make it easy for them, because if they are on the way somewhere and just have their cell phones, they don't just want to open their email program and send an email. Most people don't do it. I guess something like DM, or if you have a link on the AMO Pictures page where they can click, where they can fill out a form, something like that. What make it easy?
Yeah. Thank you, Bianca. Definitely, we'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
Because if I, for example, the feedbacks I get, like today, someone just made a review of Wicked Game. I immediately tagged everyone who is involved with this, and sure, I tagged AMO Pictures and so on, that they see what's going on. Because if there are a lot of review pages, and they're doing such a great job, and since yeah, like Anatoly and the others don't follow every fan, you don't see it. And that's why I always tagging it or forwarding the reviews, so someone from AMO Picture can see what's going on, because I think it's important. And that's why, for example, if I do the vertical descriptions on my page, I always tag AMO Pictures beside the actors and the director, and I tag, for example, the platform. And if it's on MyDrama or Drama Shots, I'm tagging Story by Tag or Holy Water as well. They don't answer to it or react to it.
But you just keep doing your work.
Yeah, I'm annoying them. So until now, nobody complained, but I'm doing it so they see what's going on.
Okay.
To make it easier. But anyway. The next question is, I guess you hear that Netflix and Disney Plus want to get verticals in their program as well. If tomorrow Netflix or Disney Plus ask you to package verticals for their subscribers, how would you convince them this isn't just a trend?
If they asked us to already package some verticals?
To tell them, hey, that's not just a trend for the moment, you should keep going.
Oh, so the question is, what should I say them to convince them that it's not gonna end in a couple of years, like,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Are we talking honestly here?
Sure.
Then I'm not sure where this market will go in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't know how to convince them in things that I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
And I really don't, because I can share you with my thoughts about this market and about this new way of storytelling. Because it is a very interesting topic to discuss, and that's what I will probably say to Netflix. That great question, let's discuss. But what I think is that this market has a very good chance to become something bigger than just a number of reels, dozens of reels, because today it's just TikTok series.
Yeah.
It's vertical series, but it's TikTok series. And TikTok series doesn't sound like something very potential.
No.
Frankly speaking.
Yeah.
And But it really has a chance to become something bigger in case it became art. And to become art, the stories that we talk, that we tell to the people should the stories we should tell the stories that really matters. So not the interesting plots, not interesting cliffhangers, but the stories that matters for the topics that matters. Only in this case, whole this market will have a chance to become an art. But another question is if the people, and by people, two kind of people. The first one is people who rule this business, the people with the money, the people who invest in all the streaming platforms, and other people is audience, because these are very different people, but they are connected as no one else.
Yeah.
And if these two kind of people make a decision that they want to see something more, that they're not enough of CEO stories, vampire stories, any kind of what the hell stories, but the stories about a very understandable plots with not a very like deep topics, honestly. So if these two sides of people decide to create something more, then this market has a chance to become an art and to develop into something that is hard to predict, honestly. But we don't know where we don't know where it's going.
That's true.
Honestly,
You never
I
know
don't
that.
know. We just observe and discover and research both kind of people. We research the people who have money. We research what do they think, what do they want, and we research the audience. And we don't have the answer.
To be honest, you can call the audience as investors as well, because we're spending a lot of money for all those subscription and coins which we are buying. We are investors as well. Okay.
That's a very good sentence. I did like it. That it is the audience who are investors. No, it is the audience who is the investors, not the investors.
The investors have much more money than most of us. But if you think about, there are over 80 apps, and on each
80,
app,
I think much more. I
yeah,
think over 100.
yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I have 6 on my phone, because thanks God, Ukrainian verticals are only on MyDrama, Drama Shot, Drama Box, Good Short, and Real Short. Those are only 5. Tell me someday if you have another vertical app, tell me. But I'm so happy that Ukrainian verticals are only on 5 apps and not on 80. Because if you want to see something, you have to get the subscription. Sure, you can watch ads. But on some apps, is it like this? You can watch the whole time apps, not all at once, because you have maybe in between 6 and 20 ads, which you can watch each day. But on the end, for example, the last 10 episodes, you still have to buy coins because you can't collect any ads or can't watch any ads no more. This is really expensive, and some of the audience, they spending each month 200, 300, 400 euros for subscriptions. Right. And that's crazy. That's why I'm saying the audience is kind of like an investor as well.
Right. No, I did like this. Right. That's true.
But going to the next subject, AMO Pictures invited now a few actors from abroad. Right now, Kiki Frex is in Ukraine. Pierre Loger was there. The other production company had Laurie Winkle and Robert Scott Holmes. Given the high risk of war in Ukraine, is it difficult to book actors from abroad? And are they prepared for all scenarios upon arrival, such as where are the shelters located, where they have to report if something happened, and so on? Is it hard for you guys to book them? as actors for your novels, because it's not that easy to decide, hey, I'm going definitely to Ukraine if you know there is war at the moment.
That was a very tough question at the very beginning before we get the very first foreign actor here on our set. And of course, the biggest issue was, hey, we're having the war here, but we're also making verticals. Can you join? Of
Yeah.
course, they were very worried about the war, and we were trying to explain. We were trying to, of course, we book the hotel with the shelter. We have a person, something like an actor manager who always with an actor who came from abroad, because that way this manager gives much more confidence to the actor.
Yes.
He or she knows what to do in case of something. It's I would say that it's always hard to get the actor for the first time, because you cannot make him believe that it is safe here. It is safer than he thinks, because
Yeah.
it's not safe. We're living in a not safe world, but it is 10 times safer than you think it is, because
Yeah.
we are having the military forces here. They work 24/7. We have an air raid alarm and air defense. We have all this stuff. Of course, you see in the news that people are dying, civil, they are bombing civil buildings and all this stuff. That's all true, but you're seeing only the bad news. And
If we see
we are
something, because they don't show as much no more in the news than they used to do it on the beginning of the war.
Anyway, it is an issue to get the actor for the first time, and it has never been the issue to get the same actor for the second time, because all of them were like, oh, no problem. It's like, I
Yeah.
had fun, all is good, let's jump into it. So
I guess the most problem is the long travel time, because you can't fly directly to Kiev. You have to go, for example, to
Warsaw, yeah. Warsaw, yeah.
Warsaw, and then you take the train for many, many hours. That's, I guess, the biggest issue.
I would still say that in fact, that is the biggest issue. But
Yeah.
in their minds, the biggest issue is not the train. In their minds, the biggest issue is the war. But
Yeah.
in fact, the biggest issue is that you have to travel longer than it will take in peaceful times.
And while we are talking about the war and the production of verticals, it's like everywhere else in the world, maybe 7 to 10 days, I guess, regularly. How do you keep the schedule when the entire production has to go to a shelter, for example, because there's an air raid alarm, and you all decide, hey, that's really dangerous at the moment. We have to stop shooting. And it's not like you're going to the shelter and 5 minutes later you're going out. Sometimes you have to sit for hours in there. How do you manage to keep up with a schedule? Because most actors, they have back-to-back productions. If they plan 10 days for one vertical, on the next day they immediately going to the next project. How do you manage to still shoot every scene, even if you have an unwillingly break?
Well, that's another tough topic to discuss, because I cannot say that we have like a one decision for such situation that you described, because it might happen, it might not happen. We don't
Yeah.
know, and it might happen for 5 minutes, it might happen for 5 hours. We don't know, but usually, of course, what we do, we react and behave as we have to behave when we hear an air raid alarm. We stop, we go to the shelter, and we wait. And if we, let's say, wait for like 5 hours or even more, so like a lot of time, then we give it another shooting day or trying to work with a script or with a rescheduling. It's always an issue, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it is a big issue right now because most of air raid alarms happen at night.
Yeah, that's true.
90% of them. Even if they happen at daytime, usually their length is like 5 to 30 minutes, something like this,
Yeah.
and that's not a big issue. So something like this.
That's still amazing, and that's why I always say again, the magic behind Ukrainian actors. That's fits so much at this point. But anyway, as I know, AMO Picture is writing all the scripts themselves. They have writers. Do you want to go on only working with scripts which you guys writing yourself, or do you thought about maybe to buy some scripts from someone else where it could happen that this storyline which you are buying being seen somewhere else with other actors and similar somewhere else?
We have some of the best script writers in the short drama market.
I agree.
Why should we go and buy script from someone else? We have the best people working here.
That's the best answer I wanted to hear. That's because I always say, please stay unique. Because that's so important that you don't see the same script in different verticals. Sometimes even this, you have different actors, but sometimes you even have the same script lines. If the actor is doing a scene and he said, now he's saying this and this, and then she's answering this and this, because you saw this kind of script already in another vertical. Please go on what you are doing, because you're doing such an amazing job. And I really, really love those storylines because they are really unique.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will tell the writers team.
Definitely. To one or another, I texted in DM already and told her that too. But compliments or the feedback, you can't get enough of it. And by the way,
yeah, you gave a lot of compliment. I think I have to write down a list of people that I have to resend your compliments.
But I want to say to the audience, if you give feedback, please always think about to be kind. It's don't have always to give a critic. It's not like you always say it's no, it's always the best vertical ever and it's all amazing. Even if you have something what you didn't like, that's okay to give this feedback as well. But be kind, be fair, and don't be mean or something, because these people working their, sorry for my language, their asses off to entertain us. And not every vertical can be so popular, for example, Laugh at Dangerous Speeds, but be kind. That's what I want to ask.
When we have the project Be Kind.
I know it's on YouTube as well. So I got some mini movies on there as well. What I wanted to say, did you hear about right now this week is happening a few events in LA. There is the Vertical Short Festival. I hope I say it correctly because I didn't wrote it down. It's vertical, it's in something with market. I forgot it, but it's an event where it's especially for the industry. There are investors, there are script writers, actors, fans, and they have a really great program there. And we have the Verticon. The Verticon is the first ever. Verticon is the first ever convention where fans can meet a lot of vertical actors and actresses, mostly from America, because they're shooting mostly the verticals in LA, so it's happening there. They can book meet and greets. They can book photo ops. They can book autographs, and they have panels. So it's like Comic-Con, just for the vertical space. It's the very first thing where you can meet them in real life. And this event have on next Saturday the ceremony of the Vertical Award Hollywood. There been a lot of people out of the industry, but also fan pages like me, who is not responsible for a special actor. For example, if I would be only a fandom page for Bogdan Ruban, for example, I wouldn't be allowed to nominate. But since I'm not specified for one special person, I was able to nominate for these awards. And all the nomination got published now, and the fans could vote in different criteria who they like. Like, it's don't say the best lead actor or the best lead actress. It's the king and the queen, and there is a part. It's for the best foreign vertical, and The Shy Beauty and the Billionaire Beast is nominated. So it's under the top 3 in this category. We will see if they win. I wish it so bad. But that's not the only one where Ukrainian verticals can shine, because at the Vertical Short Festival, it starts today, I guess, those events, and Verticons start on Friday. But the Vertical Short Festival, they have a lot of great vertical and short movies nominated, and we could vote now every single day, even for all the verticals if we wanted to, but they have 4 verticals from Ukraine nominated: The Age Gap, Brace Face Betty, The Mafia Beast Who Won Me in a Gamble, and One Night Stand with My Boyfriend's Brother. All 4 verticals are nominated. And at the moment, I guess today is the last day where you can vote. They have, okay, I don't know how they split it later on for the genre, but at the moment in the all overview, rank, the place 1, 2, 3 with these verticals, and rank 5. You guys doing such a great job, and all 4 verticals are under the top 5.
Well, that sounds again like a great compliment.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
I want to make mention, I mean, we've got the Oscars, we've got the Globes, but the Verdies have arrived. Am I right? So, without further ado, let's celebrate the power of storytelling that transcends borders. The nominees are, and I gotta say, I love these titles. How can you not? All right. Shy Beauty and the Billionaire Beast. Divorce Queen returns to the stage. And Catfished in Paris. And the winner is... kind of pulling for the Beast. Oh, it's sweet. The Shy Beauty and the Billionaire Beast. The Beast is accepting for the Beast? That works. Awesome.
And you will see, I talked to actors or actresses from Australia. They said they got to me because I was talking to another actor, and they talked about, hey, did you see Ukrainian verticals? How great they are. And they sent them to me and said, you can talk to the fandom, and they are really great. And there are a lot of people, even out of the industry, who love Ukrainian verticals.
Well, probably that's why we do it. That is the best mark, the best notice about our work.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing to see. And but that reminds me too, I see in the past few weeks often ads where I don't even know those apps, like unique short dramas. They show the trailer for Alpha Accidentally Got Me Pregnant. And okay, if you click on it, they send you to MyDrama, but Yesterday I saw, let me check, with drama.com. They showed, what did they, oh, I'm so short-sighted, I can't read my own writing. My world ends with you. They don't send you to, I guess it was on Good Short or Drama Box. I switch it
I
always.
believe it's Drama Box.
They don't send you there. They have their own page where they show this vertical. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, because they want money from us as well to see that, where I say, why you don't watch it on the original page? Because those are pages which are not regular, which you don't see in other pages, and you don't see often ads of them, but you see them. So I was wondering about it.
Your question is about piracy, right?
No, not privacy.
Piracy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you are aware of those pages, or if they are hired by you to make the advertisement.
The one page that is the very first one that you
Yeah.
named. I can't remember the name, but unique short dramas. So you don't pay attention to the name. You just click on it and see where it if it targets you to the MyDrama, then it is a page of MyDrama.
Good.
Because they have bunch of different pages. For example, real short could have like hundreds, even thousands of different pages, but it's still real short. But the one that sends you to some other application, which is not the one where the title was released, that is hard to say. That seems like they are pirates, or I don't know, probably if I could only tell you about the stories that we own all the rights for, that we created in-house and licensed to some platforms. But the stories that we have been produced as a service production, we have no right to delegate these stories. It might be a situation where a platform that has the right for this story decided to license it, to relicense it to some other platform. Probably. I don't know, because they don't have to like tell us what they do with these stories.
No, but it's good to know, because you don't know, is it a scam or not? And I guess some people are not aware of something like that because they are not used to the social media. But that's why I wanted to mention, because it's happened to me in the past few days a few times that I saw those verticals, those ads. But
Okay,
actually,
got that.
My last question.
Oh, shit.
If you had to describe AMO Pictures catalog to someone in Hollywood in 3 words, what would you choose?
I really hope this interview will see some people from Hollywood. I would say that we definitely have Hollywood quality, because that's like a level we always discuss inside of our company. We need a level of we need a Hollywood level, and it doesn't matter how much money we have. We just need it in its sense. Even if we have not much money, we need to make it look like it was created in a Hollywood. The next one is fast-paced, and it is about how we feel the trend in nowadays world, because we believe we feel it very well, and we understand the audience's preferences in this time. So they want the stories to be fast-paced, and we make it possible. And the third one, oh my God, that's tough. The third one, I would have to think about it. I don't wanna lose the third point that Hollywood producers might see.
No, but I can tell you, as a fan of AMO Pictures, beside all those criteria which you said, you are just amazing. Because what are you doing is so good. And it's not like that I'm just saying that because I have the fandom of the Ukrainian Actors and Actresses Fandom, but I said, you have such amazing locations. The cast is amazing because since you don't have as much actors who speak English as somewhere else, you know all the actors after a while, especially the lead actors and the side roles. Then how you create the stories, the scripts, even the light department on set is always amazing. And I could go on, but I guess they have to figure it out by themselves by watching those verticals and fall in love like many of us.
Definitely, that would be great. But it's either they see our stories by themselves or we come to them, but it will happen anyway. It's just a matter of time.
But I wish you a lot of luck and success with that because you are on the right path.
Thank you, Bianca. And thank you so much for this interview and for the questions. I was right by not reading the questions before the interview because they were really interesting. And it was interesting to think about the questions right here, right now. And again, if I read all the questions, I will now give you all the 3 points. I will give you the great speech, but now we had a dialogue instead, and that's great.
And that's more interesting to have a dialogue than a normal interview where you ask a question, don't really answer to your answer, and then go on to the next question. It's a conversation, and I think it's the casual way. It's not the real professional way like a journalist would do it, but I think the audience like that.
Well, definitely. We are not here to create a very professional interview. We are here to entertain and to show some essence.
That's right. No, thank you so much for your time and that you gave us an insight of what's happening behind the camera, because until now I only had guests who've been in front of the camera mostly, and that's really interesting. And I guess if I would written down more questions, we would sit tomorrow here, but I guess your family would be mad at me.
Probably a little bit.
No, thanks a lot. And if you have always anything to share with the fandom, you always can reach out.
Okay. Thank you for creating even this platform and this opportunity for some people to get the information about what we've been doing. That's great.
Yeah,
that's we do appreciate this so much.
you are welcome, and it's my pleasure to doing it because, like I always say, these actors, actresses, and all the creatives around those projects need to be seen, need to be recognized, and they deserve the appreciation of the audience, because you helping us a lot to entertain us, but even to escape of our problems which we have in real life. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Bianca.
You are welcome. Have a nice day.
Yes, I say bye-bye to all the audience and hope you enjoyed the interview and watch our new short dramas on big platforms.
Thank you for watching this interview at The Magic Behind Ukrainian Actors. If you want to stay updated, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a like and a comment. We really appreciate it. Thank you.